random stuff with Alex Hughes. That's pretty red, but this is, I believe, day 18 of trying to tie up loose ends. So I ended up, I woke up this morning, and it was around the same time as usual, 5:30. Did my routine with a cold shower, and I also had my smoothie, which had a lot of cereal. I actually put shredded wheats in there. I put, I think it was a nectarine, I think there was in there, banana, some yogurt, and then, of course, I had a bagel with that. So overall, it was pretty filling, even though it's surprising because it's all just fruit for the most part and some grains and dairy, but very filling. I went on a walk this morning. The temperature was a lot cooler than usual, so I was walking as kind of like faster so that way I could warm myself up. But I got over to Vista High School, and I was actually watching some videos about tips after graduating high school. It's a little bit, I guess it's a little bit late, but I still can learn a lot from those videos about like just some advice I could take along the way, maybe some things that I'm not doing where I could be doing. And then I actually listened to the song Clarity by Zed and Foxes. But other than that, I was actually looking for some interviews with some like artists I haven't heard for a while. For example, Rixton, which is Me and My Broken Heart. They had a song about, was like 5 years ago. It was like really big on the radio. And I was just looking for an interview with those guys, but there really wasn't much recently anyways. Maybe one that was like 50 minutes, pretty long interview. And then I was trying to look at Magic. They did the song Rude, really good album. And then I was wondering like what happened to them, and so I'll try to look for an interview, but the interviews are from like 6 years ago. And then I looked up, I think his name is Nasri, and I didn't really see any videos or any interviews with him too recently. And then I was trying to look for, I think I ended up looking at Sean Kingston, and it was cool. He actually did an interview about a year ago. He was in Young Hollywood. He was on like this tour bus, and he kind of just gave an idea about how he came from Jamaica and how he didn't have a lot of money. I think he said he just had like $100 when he was in Hollywood, and he just kept grinding, trying to find, trying to make music, and then he finally did the song Beautiful Girls, which did it really well on the radio. And yeah, I haven't really heard too much from him recently, but it's good to see that he's still doing the interview. He's still in Hollywood, and hopefully becoming successful. Once again, I haven't really heard too much on the radio from him since like the album he did, was it Beat It? With was it Wiz Khalifa and Chris Brown. But other than that, let's see, I did a face mask. It was like a mostly yogurt face mask today, and I'm still noticing the benefits little by little. My face is getting clearer, less freckles, less discoloration. And then I had another smoothie, which was pretty much built on the last one. I think maybe I put a plum in there, possibly. But yeah, it was actually pretty good, very filling. And then I ended up leaving, and today I was actually working for Tying Up Loose Ends. I was working on my drive because I have pretty much filled up most of my space on my Google Drive, which is about 15 gigabytes. And so now I got to put that onto the 3 terabyte hard drive, and then just clean up my Google Drive. And then so I couldn't put it on my laptop because this laptop has a limited amount of internal storage. So I'll have to do that possibly on the desktop, which has about a little over 300 gigabytes of hard drive space. And then I was just kind of looking for other stuff I could tie up. I think it was YouTube videos. Yeah, that's what I was doing mostly. Was I was going back through my YouTube videos I uploaded since about June, and I did most of those. I think I actually did all of them on my phone, so that way I could easily upload it to YouTube. And so I was just trying to make sure the consistency was there. You know, the hashtags, emojis, and the titles. There's about 30 or so videos for the self-transformation, which was definitely a great journey to go on. I was replying to comments, and it was great to see people, you know, still following me after all these years. You know, yeah, it's just great, you know, to see that kind of support there still. But other than that, I did, let's see, I was working on job applications, sending those out, receptionist position, marketing, internships, and I found a couple. One was at a private university, a couple dentist office, insurance, I think like mortgage office or something like that. And so I was just shooting over some applications, some cover letters. Today I didn't feel a lot of energy. I think it was just maybe lack of water. I think lack of water. But I did have my smoothie, and that was plum and banana smoothie. That was definitely an interesting combination. But yeah, I spent time doing the applications, and then I got some content for Taste of North Santa Fe. Still trying to keep that up, about 350 followers. And then I ended up, let's see, I was at Luz Duran, came back home, and did my cold shower. So I think today I did stay mindful. I feel like the cycle is done. It's crazy, the cycle that's been with me for like a decade. The same kind of thought cycle that's kind of ruminated. I think it's done. It's been a lot of work this summer, and I told myself the song of the summer was "This Summer's Gonna Hurt" by Maroon 5. And to be honest, it was definitely mental work. But I feel like the cycle, my mind is quieted down, and I'm no longer attached to that thought cycle. I don't have to respond. I don't have to feel like I need to respond. It was definitely a lot of work, but I think the cycle is finally over. It's a crazy feeling because it's been with me so long. Wow, yeah, it's been a lot of work, guys. A lot of work. But it's paid off. It's crazy. The mindfulness, staying in the present moment and just focusing, that has been the best. That has been probably the greatest advice I could ever have gotten. So, yeah, I mean, my advice is to definitely practice mindfulness if you're, you know, having thoughts or you're getting distractions in your mind, rumination, kind of like the same thoughts over and over again. Mindfulness works. And so, yeah, that's all for today, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.